Topic 2, Lesson 5, Geometric Patterns. Well, so far you've learned that shapes can form a unit that repeats to make a pattern. In this lesson, you're going to learn that how some shapes can also show growing patterns. So our standard is to generate a number or shape pattern that follows a given rule. So in here we're very much looking at shape patterns. Our focus is how can you describe block towers? And chances are you've worked with these before. So take a look. We're going to pretend like we're using these connect cubes to build towers, and we just draw them out. So look at the tower of cubes. Do you see a pattern? So this would be number 1, this would be number 2, number 3. What pattern do you see? Well, we can see first of all that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all together. And how is that different than the next one? Well, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but they've added one. And we're going to call these different stories, like in a building. So we have story 1, 2, 3, and then we add one up here. So we have an extra one. So then we go to picture number 3 here. We still have our original 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But look, we've added this one and this one. So what's the pattern? So if we talk about the number of stories, we have 3 stories. And go back here, we have 1, 2, 3 stories here. And how many cubes do we have altogether? 6. So again, take a look. If we were to take a look at this one, we have 6 cubes altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But again, our stories is 1, 2, 3. We're going up. Whereas this one, we still have our original 6, but now we're going to go 1 story, 2 story, 3 stories, 4 stories. And that helps us out here. So we start off with, we have 6 cubes altogether, and we have 3 stories. But when we have 7 cubes altogether, we're going to have 4 stories. And that would be number 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can look at this one. And again, we have our original 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But look, our stories are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6, 7, 8 cubes altogether, but 5 stories. We have 8 cubes altogether, but 5 stories. So what would happen if we continued and we have 6? Well, we can still draw it. We've got our tower here. We've got our original 6. But then we're going to have more stories. And it's kind of hard to see here. If we were to add up, it'd be more up there. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be on top of that. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'd have 9. So what's the pattern here? Well, let's take a look before we continue the other ones. We can see that it goes up by 3. So we have 3 stories, number of blocks 6. 4 stories, add 3, we get 7. 5 stories, add 3 more, we get 8. 6 stories, add 3, we get 9. So let's look at 7. If we were to add 3, we're going to have 10 cubes altogether. Same thing, if we have 8 stories, add 3, we're going to have 11. And so on. So 9, add 3, 12. Here's 10 stories high, add 3, we're going to have a total of 13 cubes. So how many cubes would you have with 100 stories? So pause, draw it, and come back with your answer. Good luck. Alright, so how many cubes would you have with 100 stories? And again, if we go back and look here at our sample here, number of stories, and we continue to add 3, and that would be our total number of cubes. So even though it's 100 stories high, we would still add 3, and we have a total of 103 cubes. Is that what you came up with? Good job. Now try some on your own. Good luck.